South Jersey is incredibly fortunate to have Rutgers Camden as a premier research university here in our state. So the RAND Institute, in its partnership with Rutgers Camden, exemplifies what the connection between higher education and the public should be. When you think about how public policy is devised and the ability to have a think tank like the RAND Institute to partner with such a premier institution as Rutgers Camden, we have the best of both worlds. And those of us who rely on that good counsel help shape the policy that affects all of our lives.
The Institute is a teaching, living body that adds and helps cultivate the students, but allows the students to look at real-life practical problems, research them, and get them ready to go out into the real world. But if you take the other side of that, it adds to the community and gives the community, I think, the wherewithal and hope that things will get better, that their life and what they have out there can be improved, which my father would love.
Senator Rand was a highly influential state senator that got a lot done across the aisle, across the state.
That was his life, that he wanted to make it better for the average person. You know, the person who had to go to work every day, the person who struggled to get through, the person who needed transportation, which was one of his biggest things that he supported, education. He knew that that was important.
When the senator passed, Professor Harris gave me a call, and he had this idea that we should have an institute, a place where people could go to get help, to govern better, to provide better public policy for a region.
Over the last 20 years, we've not only learned how important data are, but how important it is to use that data to tell a story. And that's where the Walter Rand Institute comes in.
We see ourselves as a data service for the region. Come to us with your questions. We have a big open front door. We are going to figure out how to answer with you, process in complicated ways, and then put back out simple, actionable information.
The work has definitely challenged me to become a better researcher. What I really love about this position is getting to work with people from different backgrounds.
We have worked in all 8 South Jersey counties on projects that have impacted dozens of municipalities, and in some cases, all 199 South Jersey municipalities.
I do not know where I would be if I did not have the connections with the Walter Institute. A town such as Bridgeton, we cannot afford the staffing necessary to do a lot of the research and that's needed to investigate possibilities and ideas or programs. I'm not looking forward to just reduce violence. I want to end violence in our community, and we're working with the Institute and working with the prosecutor's office to make this a reality in my city.
Just recently, we put out a report on the relationship between people's connections to each other and their health. We asked people to answer questions about their overall physical health and their mental health and the different types of chronic conditions they might be dealing with. We put all of those data into a giant analysis program, and from that, figured out that people who are lonely are a lot more likely to be physically and mentally unhealthy. In fact, the size of that effect was the same as the size of the effect of exercise. We worked with 5 different hospitals and 6 different county health departments. So we gave them the data back, and they're using that data to create plans for change within their own service areas. And we're also working with other community partners to use that data to, say, apply for grant funding or apply for funding for different programs.
We're unique in being an organization that does applied research and policy work and works in the community that's dedicated to this region first and foremost.
We want to be important to the South Jersey region, but we want everybody in the state of New Jersey to recognize our accomplishments and our studies and our students who are doing wonderful work. He would just be thrilled that they had such an institute, and that it had his name would be extraordinary.
I think my father would be exceptionally proud. I think he'd be surprised, and I think my father would look at it and say, it's carrying on things that he always wanted to do, and they're looking into areas that he always wanted to do. I'm fortunate in the legacy he left, because he sure didn't do it for the money or his own self-praise. He did it, I think, to help other people.
I'm really excited to see where we go in the next 20 years.